then I will also do a show. All right. Here we go, folks. Okay. Recording is active. Is it? Yes. All right. Here we go.
Shape of recording. Form of record button. Form of red on air light.
Yep. Only the lady could do that. The guy had to be pee or water or something.
Right. Exactly.
He sucked.
Pee. Jar of warm pee. Throw me at the Black Manta.
I don't know. Black Manta's got that big old mask head thing. He probably wouldn't care about pee.
Wouldn't care about getting hit with a jar of warm pee.
Yeah. I think you throw it on Cheetah or whatever her name was.
Throw me at Bizarro.
Yeah. Bizarro would hate it.
Like warm pee in face. No, he actually would say, me love warm pee in face.
Yeah, because he's the opposite. It's opposite day for him all the time. Or he'd say, me like cold pee in face. Well, it depends on...
me prefer cold pee.
Yeah, whatever the opposite of what's happening, that's what he wants.
If me being honest, me prefer...
me like cold pee better than warm pee.
I hope this is still going to the patrons.
It is. Okay. What you think, Solomon Grundy? Those two are basically the same guy.
So, yeah, they pretty much are, right?
Yeah, kind of. They talk the same.
It's like crack-faced Superman versus... versus
other guy,
overgrown gray man-child.
Yeah, there you go. All right, here comes then, starting it now in 3, 2, 1.
Let's get him, Batman. Not here, Robin. We'll cross the street the right way, at the corner, remember? But he'll get away. Actually, Robin, the Joker was lucky. Now he'll only spend some time in jail. If that car had been going a little faster, it could have finished him off forever. Always remember, Robin, no matter how much in a hurry you may be, always cross streets at the corner.
If we don't lead on this story, what the f*** are we doing here?
The Morning Stream. No, you better don't.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to TMS. It is the morning stream for September 1st, 2020. Brand new month, everybody. First day of the month. I'm Scott. He's Brian. Hi, Brian. Good morning.
Hi, Scott. I'm Brian.
How's your September so far? Are you feeling all right?
I'm feeling all right. I'm liking September. September right now is good. I believe Billy Joe Armstrong has just gone into a 30-day hibernation.
Yeah, he said don't wake him up till September ends. That's what he said.
Yeah, exactly.
Very explicit about his wishes. At the end of the month, like right there on the last day, as it's ending, midnight, you go wake Billy Joel Armstrong up, and then he'll be an American idiot once again.
Then things will be fine. Yes, exactly.
It'll all be fine.
Exactly.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. I noticed someone in the chat said that there's now a Waze voice pack with Kevin Conroy, famous voice of Batman. I kind of want that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
That sounds great. Like, is he just like Batmaning it up the whole time and go left on the following street, Alfred, or like what does he do? How does he differentiate himself? Does he use Batman terms, or is it just the voice?
Yeah,
I don't know.
That'd be cool. It'd be cool if they inject, because when they had Anthony Daniels doing the C-3PO voice, it injected a bunch of Star Wars isms into it. So you'd hope that they'd inject some Batmanisms.
Was it just him being
take a left here, but stay away from the Batcave? I guess that was a little bit more Adam West, because I can't do Kevin Conroy, but you know what I mean. You know where I'm coming from.
I'd take one from the late great Adam West as well.
Oh, would have been great. Yeah, right.
Didn't Fletcher do one? I think Scott Fletcher made one.
He did well for Garmin, not for Waze.
Garmin, that's what it was.
Garmin.
Freaking
boy,
Garmin.
There was a thing that everybody had and now have shoved into a drawer somewhere, or
they're still around, right? What do they do now?
Nobody needs. Yeah, but why would you need? It's on everybody's phone. Why would you need a Garmin anymore?
So they still have one. They've got the rugged Montana 700 series, which is a Garmin there. They got
Luke Skywalker still uses a TomTom. All right, really? Okay.
They've got watches. Couple of solar watches, couple of the smart watches there. They're pushing the watches, Garmin watches, sports and fitness devices. Apparently, they're still,
Actually, Jeannie says my husband refuses to use his phone for it. He uses a Garmin.
Huh.
JC Calhoun's dad still uses a Garmin. All right, well.
All right, then.
Great.
I
How you guys enjoying your Betamax video players and your rotary dial phones? Are those still good for you too?
Well, here's my guess. I could be totally wrong, but I'm guessing that the InReach Mini and the GPS map and the Montana, these are all like for hardcore outdoor hiker people where you have zero other kinds of service. So all you're doing is harnessing the power of the satellite thing, and maybe they're better suited at that than your phone, I guess. I don't know.
There you go. Hold on. My Garmin is giving me directions. Let me pause my mini disc player.
Yeah, pause your mini disc player. Pull out the memory stick that's in it.
Right.
Yeah, get your Zune.
All right. Okay. All right.
We'll take it. It's fine. We'll take it.
Yeah.
I got a fun email from Derek, who said...
Derek.
Yeah, Derek. He says, "Hey, Scott and Brian." It's kind of a weird email. He says, "I dream about you guys every night," he says. Already, I'm pretty stoked about where this is going.
Right.
For at least 6 months or so, he says he's been dreaming about us every night. "I listen to the show every day, so maybe that's why. Is this weird, and should I be worried? It never fails. You are in my dreams every time I lay down my head," says Derek. Well, I don't know what to make of this, Derek. I think maybe if you do listen to us every day, your chances of having us in your dreams is higher. I don't know how much higher. But higher, right? Like, I don't know. Brian, I dream of Brian sometimes.
Maybe he's dreaming this right now. Like, maybe he doesn't know for sure, right? He could be dreaming that he's listening to us read his email.
Yeah, this could be all a figment of your evening imagination or whenever you sleep. So I'm of the opinion there, Derek, that nothing is real, and neither is this. Or is it? Or isn't it? Or is it?
Dun, dun, dun. You don't have any...
I do.
You don't have surprise chipmunk music or anything. I know you've got your X-Files.
Yeah, that's the best I got.
Yeah, there you go.
No chipmunk music for me.
We need the dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, we need that one.
We need that.
Yeah, because I never got tired of that meme. That was a winner.
No, me neither. Did you get speaking of sound clips, and I know we have another email. You got a sound clip from our own Daryl Skills yesterday.
Oh, did it come in email? I didn't see it.
It did come via email.
Let me pull that up. Let's see what we got.
Please do. It might be really loud, so when you play it, be ready to kind of turn it down. But
okay, let's see. Was I not copied on it? I don't see it.
You totally were copied on it.
Got nothing from Daryl.
Okay, want me to download the sound clip and copy it to Dropbox?
Well, that, or if you could, forward it to me.
It's small enough I can drag it in. Well, if I forward it, how do you know you're going to get it this time?
That's a good point. I've had some weird attachment things lately. In fact, while Brian does that, let me ask the public at large, some IT professionals out there.
Oh, good. This is always a good thing to do.
Yeah, I had a. So somebody tried to send me a Word document and it was an important one. I had to sign it and do a bunch of legal stuff. And I kept contacting the person back saying, "Hey, when are you going to send that?" And they're like, "Oh, I sent it. Let me resend it." I'm like, "I'm still not getting it." And Tom was involved in this. So Tom, in the copied email, says, "Well, I'll just forward it to you because I got it." And then Tom forwarded it, and I still didn't get it. And I don't have any filters for any of these people. So I know I should be getting it, and it's not in spam. So there's no junk mail happening. The last place I would ever think to look, I finally looked, which was trash.
Right.
And there they are in the trash, and had been for weeks. And it's just this one doc file, this one specific Microsoft DocX extension file that would not get to me for whatever reason. Would jump straight to trash. So I went and double checked all my filters to see, do I have anything that says if this attaches whatever or weird keyword thing, throw straight to trash, skip the inbox? None of that. I don't have anything set up like that. It's a Gmail account where this came. And even when I sent myself the file again, it would go to trash.
It still went right to the trash.
Yeah.
So maybe there's some. I mean, I know you said you didn't. I know you just said you didn't have any rules or any filters like that. Maybe there's some word in there, Nigerian prince or something, that is bypassing any rules you might have and just going straight to.
This should go to spam, though, right?
Should go to spam, not to trash. Yeah, that's true.
So unless they've changed how they do this and they suddenly are sending things to trash instead of spam, I just have no explanation for why this is happening. Okay, I got your forwarded email just now.
Okay, good. I also put it in our Dropbox.
That's weird.
Or not? Yeah, in our Tuesday covers or Tuesday songs.
I'm hitting play. So he says it's
Okay.
loud. Oh, I have to.
It's kind of loud. Yeah.
Gotta unmute the browser here. Okay, here we go, everybody. Let's see how truly loud this is. I'm scared.
And now you know the rest of the story.
It's not loud at all. It was lovely.
When I played it here, it was loud.
Oh, was it loud? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't bad here.
All right, good.
Okay, so he knew. Here's what's happened there. Daryl heard us talking about
Paul Harvey.
Paul Harvey. He's got to be a big fan because it's totally from his era.
Yes, back when people were powering cars with their feet and eating giant stacks of ribs that made their vehicle fall over at the drive-in.
Exactly. Daryl knows all about the ancient times, and so
Page 2.
so he sent me that, and that's awesome because I'm going to use that. Thanks, Daryl. That was great. Why that's not in my? You know what? Let me check trash. Let me see. Was it
I love
trash? I'm looking. No, it didn't go to trash. I don't know what happened. Maybe it ended up in the spam. Could have been
Maybe.
the
Who knows?
spam. Here, let me look real quick. Okay, checking the spam. No. Daryl, I don't know what happened. I'll look into it. Email's been weird for me lately. It's not the old reliable horse it used to be for me. What's going on?
Exactly.
Let's talk about drones. Got an email from Ryan who said, "Hey Scott and B-Dog."
B-Dog.
How you like that? You like that?
I'm fine with it. You know what? Call me whatever you want.
Oh, speaking of dogs, hey Brian,
Just don't call me late for dinner.
look at this. Let me show you this. I'll put this in the Discord and I'll also put it up so the chat can see it. And people at home, you just have to not see it. This is.
Oh yeah, I saw your photo on Twitter.
Yeah, this is the new dog coming today. She's a
Ripley.
Weimaraner. Her name is Ripley, and yes, to answer any questions about where the name is based on Ripley from the Alien series, nothing else. That's her the other day.
What else could it be based on? Actually, the fact that you're clearing that up is there another Ripley?
I don't know,
that it
like
could be based
Ripley's
on?
Believe It or Not, or
Oh, gotcha.
I don't know,
Okay.
Ripley. I don't know. What else could it be? You're right. It's probably just those two things. But she's coming here today. Like during the show, she'll arrive, and very excited. She's gonna have fresh.
You know, when people come over to your house and you say, "Oh, yeah, this is our dog. Her name's Ripley. Believe it or not," you should say that every time.
Oh, that's a great idea. Except I wonder. I don't know how. I mean, there are probably a few people that remember the Dean Cain run, and of course, you and I remember the Rat in a Maze guy.
You know, it is kind of yeah, right. Jack Palance.
Jack Palance.
It's kind of funny, right? To have your slogan be, maybe you trust me, maybe you don't.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's basically, why not just be Ripley's? Believe it because it's true.
Yeah.
Not Ripley. Believe it or not.
Yep. It was a simpler time, Brian. Simpler
I might
time.
be lying or I might be telling the truth.
Did that show up for you, by the way, in Slack or in
It has
Discord?
not. It is going. I've got two squares that are rotating, orbiting around one another, and increasing and decreasing in size.
It appears Discord is not allowing it for uploads. So
Discord is having some poop. Although I do see a green arrow, but I won't click it because if I do, you won't hear me for about 4 minutes.
Yeah, don't do that. It seems like we're okay on audio, so we'll leave it. We'll leave B here, but something's up with Discord today. Yeah, nothing wants to work right today. Anyway, back to the drone thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, the B-Dog thing
Drone.
reminded me of the dog.
Drones.
We're pretty excited about this dog, even though it's going to be 3 dogs for a few days, 3-dog night for a few days.
Oh, right.
And then finally Nick will take his, and then Boomer will go, and now it'll be back to 2. But it's just going to be a little chaotic. I don't know why we're doing this, but I know why we're doing this. Because I want Carter to be happy, and she's super stoked. So that's all we care about. It's all good. All right. Here is my email that I'm taking forever to get to. Ryan says, I'm an FAA licensed drone pilot. Ooh. You know, that's the Federal Aviation Administration, not association.
Yes.
That would be
Not association.
some other thing. Did you know WAP stands for Web? Let's see, wait.
Wet and gushy, I think, is what it stands for, isn't it? Something like that. Wet and gushy
no,
is the what I've heard is the correct.
Wireless. There is an actual old computer term we used to use all the
for
time.
WAP? Really?
Yeah.
I remember WAN, but I don't remember WAP.
Yeah. WAN is
Wireless Access Protocol. Okay.
yeah. And WAN
Oh,
was
right. As opposed to a wireless access.
we should change
network.
WAN to wireless or no, wet ass noodle.
Protocol.
I like it. All right, anyway. So he says, I'm a licensed pilot from the FAA. I wanted to comment on the drone that's been flying above your house. By the way, I've not seen it since that day, just for the record.
Okay. Good.
I don't know what's going on. It actually got really cold, weirdly cold yesterday, like 40 degrees last night. And it's awesome. It's like fall weather outside.
Yes, we got the same thing. And
I love it. Oh.
it's a nice break from the 90 plus weather we've been having lately. I might actually put pants on. We're going to trivia tonight, and it's an outdoor.
You might wear
I might
pants.
put pants on today, Scott.
Yeah.
But I've been wearing shorts since March.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've worn a pair of pants. No, I take that back. On my birthday, Tina took me out to dinner. I wore some nice slacks. But other than that,
slacks.
it's been all shorts all the time.
Same. That's all. It's almost like I should just have some fleshy shorts that never leave me because that's all I wear. But anyway, so I haven't seen him since. And now I'll continue to email and interrupt it probably 8 more times before I finish it. He says this. Legally speaking, you only control the immediate space around your house. This means that if the drone flies low enough for you to reach, you're well within your rights to shoot it down. Well, my reach, is it the reach of the potato gun or the reach of my arms? Like, I don't know what he means by reach.
The way it sounds like reach with your arms.
Okay, so I could grab it
I mean,
out of the sky?
You could reach with a potato gun. You could probably reach a lot further than the area right around your house.
All right, so he means, like, if I was on my roof, I could just, like, reach out, grab it, try not to slice my fingers off with its blades.
Right, yeah.
Seems reasonable. Anyways, goes on to say, I'm well within my rights to shoot it down. However, your zone of control only extends to your reach. If the drone is 15 feet above your house, that is considered U.S. airspace. 15 feet. Mm-hmm. And by the way, a million conflicting opinions about this. This is just one email. Somebody told me 300 feet above your house is yours to control. He's saying 15 feet. Other people have said anywhere within a mile of your home is considered your thing. And then others have said it doesn't matter how low it is or whatever, it's not yours to do, and you'll go to jail.
You can shoot down satellites if they're right above your house.
Yeah, a lot of that kind of talk, and I don't know which one to believe, but I guess since he's
that all of a sudden the internet is giving you many different opinions. Weird.
You know, back in the 90s, we all had this like utopian idea of what the internet would be, and it would be the best and most real information at your fingertips anytime you wanted it. And for a while, it kind of was. Look at it now.
Yeah, now it is blank is a hoax. Fill in the blank with anything you want.
Yeah. By the way, that guy I was talking about on Twitter yesterday, he's mad at me today. I want to be his friend, but he's kind of mad. Yeah, the one he said that he was too woke to watch the documentary thing. He heard it.
He
says,
score.
Yeah, he says I mischaracterized what he said, but I literally said what he said, which is he said in his tweet, "I am too woke for that show," or no, I'm not woke enough for that show. Sorry, backwards.
There we go. Yeah, exactly.
So I don't know why he's mad, but if you're listening, dude, hey, we can be pals. Just send me a DM. We'll talk it out. We'll be friends.
I'd like us to get to a place in society where being woke is just really just being is the norm, where being aware of social differences and norms and equalizing those differences is the norm. There's no virtue signaling, there's no cancel culture. It's just we're all utopian society, good people, and welcome to Star Trek.
Yeah, welcome to Star Trek, everybody. We make food in the computer. Welcome.
I'm realizing as I was talking about the whole woke thing, it's like, I'm pretty much pie in the sky dreaming anyway, so let's just go all in.
Here's what I would say. Here's the problem with all of that.
Yeah.
Is when someone says, this is just my own take, and again, I'm open to discussion, everybody. You don't have to freak out. We can actually talk. But to me, when somebody says somebody else is too woke for them, isn't that them saying they're more woke than they are because they see what they're doing and have a greater understanding of it, therefore, ergo they're...
too many pronouns. You've got to diagram this sentence.
But you see what I'm saying? Like,
no, I'm lost with the they and the there because I don't know which the woke person or the person who's saying that the other person is too woke.
Which is kind of my point, so that's funny you say that. But okay, let's say there's a guy and he says, everyone's too woke. You're virtual signaling, social justice warrior, whatever. All those terms, okay?
Sure.
Someone's saying that.
Yeah.
Another person says, Or no, I'm sorry. Let me back this up. Let's move that guy over to the left. Okay, he's over here.
Oh, thanks for clearing this all up.
The guy on the other side. And when I say left, and right, I'm not talking politics, you guys. I'm just position.
Let's
okay?
say person A and person B. How's
Okay,
that?
person A. Yeah, let's start. Okay, let's do it like that. Here we go. Person A says, there's not enough representation for gay people in movies. Let's just use that as an example.
Okay, all right.
Person B says, woke culture, you guys with your representation, overly politically correct, blah, 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 blah. I'm tired of woke people, says person B.
Okay, all right.
Now, isn't that person B taking a position where they actually think they're more woke than the person they're accusing of being woke? Do you understand what I'm saying? Because they think they've got it figured out. Therefore, they're more woke than the other guy. Do you see what I'm saying?
It depends on how genuinely they're offended by person A's.
But they think they're right, is what I'm saying. So woke means you've woken up, you know the truth.
Yeah,
so if
right.
your truth, if you think yours is the truth, then you think theirs isn't, then you think you're the woke one. Do you see what I'm saying? That's why I hate it, because it's this freaking unending spinning stupidity. It's so dumb.
It's possible, right? It's possible that person B is pissed off because it's like, well, yeah, you're just telling me something I already knew. We already should have that equal representation of gay people in movies and da 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 da. But I think more likely or more usually it's B person saying, I don't understand why Spider-Man has to be black. I don't understand why the James Bond has to be a woman in the next movie. And
well, they're
like
never
that.
even saying.
I think that's.
They usually don't say I don't understand. They're usually more like,
Well, okay, yeah, right. It's not an I don't understand. It's like a, why couldn't we just leave things the way they were?
Yeah,
James
that.
Bond is a white man.
Yeah, which in their opinion is a true opinion, right? Therefore,
It is.
they think they're not using the word, but they think they're more woke than the person they're accusing of being too woke.
Right.
And that's why I hate it. It's just like this, like a twisted spaghetti turd. Just the dumbest thing. Freaking hate it.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, he goes on to say, boy, this email.
We haven't even gotten.
It's
Are we
weird.
still in this email? I thought we've already.
Yeah, he's not even done. He says, I agree no court would charge you with a crime that equates to shutting down a 747. You could be easily charged with shooting down an aircraft. Wow, that's crazy. If this person ever flies their drone by a window or lower than your house, you can remove it or contact the police.
I think that line right there, I think sums it up. If the person flying a drone comes to your window and hovers like in front of your window, like, is watching inside, I think you're well within your rights to take it down with a tree lopper or a potato. Well, maybe not a potato gun. If you can do it in a way that doesn't damage it, so they can't.
Yeah. The potato gun part is more because it sounds fun. Like it sounds like a fun way to take it out.
Sure.
Because a big exploding potato and all hitting the blades and just
Kind of does sound fun, yeah.
Oh, man. Like big ordnance is much more fun than tiny bullets or whatever.
Yes.
So
right.
I'm all about like that artillery, yo. Just want to just lob a big old something big at it.
You might even get some steak fries out of it if you time the potato gun to hit one of the propellers just right.
Hey,
You've
this
got a
is
ball
good.
handy.
No, this is good. You got. Let's make a mountain or no, making lemonade out of making lemonade out of the lemons.
Yeah, lemon, like making lemonade out of lemons. Yeah, making steak fries out of a potato gun and a drone.
I would literally eat that. All right. Moving on. Thank you, Ryan. He says he's a daily listener. He loves the show and keep it on. He says so. Thank you.
Well, we absolutely will, Ryan. Thank you very much, and keep on flying and licensing your drone with the FAA.
Yeah.
'Cause
Also,
that's the right thing to do.
if he has a second, write back and tell us what does that take to do? Like, I don't actually understand the process. I probably could just look this up, but
It's an online form, I think, because I had to register my my drone a couple of years ago. I think the drone I have is right on that edge where you might have to register it, you might not have to register it. Although I guess I take that back. Maybe that doesn't make me a licensed pilot, but
is that what they call themselves?
yeah,
as
I think it's
pilots?
just licensing my drone is different than being Yeah, there we go. Mush Potato says drone pilot does not equal drone registration. You're absolutely right. I think I just registered my drone. I didn't become a.
So, that's interesting. So they do call them pilots, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's fine. I don't want to suggest that's kind of a highfalutin name for somebody with a remote control in their hand, but it's a little highfalutin.
It's a little highfalutin. A little highfalutin. Yeah.
Anyway, do you still use your drone a lot, or what'd you do with that thing? How's that going?
It's sitting right over there. I haven't flown it much this summer. Once this summer, but I've been trying to figure out a way to get it to do, like, when it cools back down, I want to get it to do the recognition thing where it can follow me on my bike when I'm kind of in an open air straightaway without a lot of trees.
Oh yeah, that's cool. I like those.
Yeah.
Does that take a certain kind of drone, or can you take yours and make it retroactively do that?
No, mine does that
automatically.
Okay. Yeah, it does that automatically. It basically, you tell it what thing you want it to follow. Like, basically, you can launch it from your hand, and you hit a button on it, and it checks your face and your distance and stuff.
Yeah.
And so then it takes off, and you can kind of use the force, like use hand signals to like get it to do things.
Yeah.
And then you can stand back, and it'll kind of keep following your face as you walk around and stuff.
That's
it's really cool.
Really cool. I didn't know yours did that. We talked about it before, but maybe I didn't get that from it. That's so cool. Yeah. I always wanted one, and I just never plunked down the money. I also wanted one that was quieter. I don't think they make there's no such thing as like a stealth sounding drone, right? They all go wee all the time.
I mean, there probably is. There probably is a way to do the propellers so that they make less noise, but not in a.
Only the government gets those, Brian.
Right, I was gonna say probably not in your cheap commercial or your cheap retail drones.
Entirely true. Oh, they're so loud. That's why I was mad at that guy. I was like, this freaking sounds like a giant hornet.
Yeah.
Don't like it. No, I don't. All right.
Don't like one bit, sir. Don't like it.
Time for this. We're going to do the news, and it's brought to you by...
The news is brought to you by Talk Geekly. If you dig comic books, video games, and other geeky subjects, be sure to check out Talk Geekly on all podcasting platforms. Check out Talk Geekly on all social media as well as all of your major podcast platforms. That's a very repetitive line. And as always, keep it geekly.
Geekly and weekly.
Because they took out that middle section with the two guys' names that was always confusing me.
Oh, I may have messed that up. That may have been me.
Oh.
I'll fix it later. Don't worry about it.
Oh.
Hey, a U.S. town in the news. U.S. town.
U.S. town. What's its power?
Yeah.
Well, actually, we're going to talk about what its power is.
Oh, by the way, did you notice that? I don't know why you. Well, I know because I was thinking of Stan Lee when you did the voice, but there's a ton of comics from like 2018 and forward, right around the time he died, that just put random versions of his old Stan's, what was his column called in the old days? Soapbox. And it would be like, I'll be in the middle of Venom, a Venom issue, and it'll be like
that's cool.
9 pages in, and then just out of nowhere, there'll just be this great drawing of Stan Lee and what looks like a really cool old photo of one of his things where he's got, one of his 3 paragraphs of talking or whatever.
Yeah.
And they are just sticking him in there. It's very cool.
I love that. That's so cool.
Yeah. And there's nice stuff.
So they're reprinting old ones in there, right?
Yeah,
as opposed to writing new ones and calling them from Stan. Good.
Right. Unlike we should ask Jerry about this today, but Herman Cain, the Herman Cain Twitter account is my favorite ghost account on the planet. I love it because the guy died of COVID-19 complications, and that's sad and everything. But there's still tweets, and it's a verified account, which usually means this individual is this person. So blah blah blah. It's always been that way because it was
somebody's
Herman Cain.
Still tweeting from it.
Oh yeah, you got to see. This is an amazing account. Hold on, Herman Cain Twitter. Okay, the best part is the is the one that they deleted it, so it's not there anymore. You can't see it because someone took it off. But let's see if I can find it. Where is it? Here we go. A lot of his tweets since he passed away have been sort of anti-COVID stuff, right?
Sure.
Right. I don't know why.
It'd be funny. It was like, why is it so dark in here?
Oh, here it is. I found it. Okay, this is great. The tweet said, There it is. Deleted from Herman Cain's Twitter account, and it's the Herman Cain is the account. Although they changed the description after he died a few days after and changed it to the Cain Gang, but it's still just his account. Anyway, it says, the headline is, it looks like the virus is not as deadly as the mainstream media first made it out to be.
Whoops.
You died from the virus. You are dead.
That did not age well. And by age, I mean a month.
Yeah. I mean, he put it, they posted this on yesterday. It was the 31st, yesterday morning. Deleted it pretty quickly after, because duh.
Yeah.
But
so somebody typed that up.
Yeah. Somebody on his
yesterday
team or whatever. Like,
unless these were all, I mean, you can't really schedule a tweet like that and expect it to.
No, because they posted a westernjournal.com article.
Oh.
Which is it's this whole thing where the CDC says there's some really high percentage of people who have underlying conditions, which is a dumb argument anyway, because that's like saying people on I use this example somewhere, but if you got people on those airplanes that crashed into buildings on 9/11, like saying one guy had a heart condition and then saying, well, I guess he didn't die from the terrorist attack. No, he did. If I got shot, Brian, if you've got, let's say Brian's got, I don't know, gout. And somebody shoots Brian in the middle of the street. Bam! The doctors don't go, well, he had the gout, so...
He died from gout. No, there are multiple lines on a death certificate. And so they will put COVID, they'll put pneumonia, because usually pneumonia is the thing that actually... I guess the fluid in your lungs or something is actually what can get you from COVID.
Yeah, like anything.
One of the causes or something.
It's like saying asphyxiation because you can't breathe. Well, you can't breathe because the virus made your lungs congested. So was it?
Exactly.
It doesn't. Yeah.
But I mean, it is.
It really drives me nuts. That whole argument drives me crazy.
And it is. But the people who want to defend it will find the most egregious example of it. Well, if they had COVID but they fell off a building, they're going to say that they died from COVID and not from falling off a building. Well, let's take about 20% off of that.
Yeah. Let's do a sale. Let's have a sale.
Get at it.
Yep. 20% off. Good sale. I like it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Herman Cain, ghost tweeting from the grave about a thing that killed him, and him trying to understate it. It's awesome. Awesome. All right, where are we now? Sorry. I haven't even done the story yet.
Oh yeah, we haven't. Yeah, we just talked about U.S. Town.
I am so off topic today. I don't know what my thing is.
This is when the label maker company tells you sends you an example of what your mailing labels could look like.
Yeah.
That's always in U.S. Town.
Yeah.
Anywhere U.S. Town, USA.
Yeah, I like that.
123 Main Street.
U.S. Town has rejected a solar farm amid worries it would suck up all the energy from the sun. So they're worried it will actually pull too much sun power and therefore stop the sun from working properly.
Gosh, that's how are they going to power the Mensa meetings that they're going to have?
Yeah, those IQ tests are going to they're not going to test themselves, right? The town of Woodland, North Carolina, no offense to anyone who lives there, is in the spotlight this week after rejecting a proposal to rezone a section of land just outside its borders to use for the use of a solar farm. 3 solar farms have already been approved in the area, but the local residents are seemingly not impressed. The council defeated the motion for the rezoning of the area on U.S. Highway 258 for an additional solar farm after a public comment period, where members of the town could give their opinions. It's like a lot of stuff that changes in town. People come to a town meeting, they argue. It's that Gilmore Girls thing they do every other episode where they're all meeting in the town thing. And everyone's mad at the main guy. You've never seen that show, but...
Never seen that show.
It's always
I assume it takes place in a coffee shop or a diner or under a gazebo where the band usually plays on a Saturday night.
These stereotypes are not wrong. You are in the neighborhood. I can tell you that. It says...
I'm looking at the article. This is from 2015. Why had this...
is
just
that old?
Your desk? Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I just found it like it was new.
Okay, well, let's not diminish the fact that still dumb people.
Oh, it's still dumb. Yeah, I wonder how it'd be fun. It'd be a fun follow-up to see if they ever got their solar farms or not.
Oh yeah, no kidding. Yeah,
that's 5 years ago. That was a great year. You know why? I won't get into it. A retired science teacher, Jane Mann, said that why does that make me laugh? Jane Mann. Anyway, she says she was concerned about the rising risk of cancer deaths in the area, despite reports showing that cancer rates in North Carolina have fallen over between 2008 and 2012, saying that no one could tell her that solar panels were not causing cancer. Anyway, she was also concerned that photosynthesis would slow due to solar panels stopping the plants from growing in the solar farm fields. I don't know what's going to happen. Well, that's true.
Are they thinking that they're going to put the solar panels over the field, over the plants? Because then she might have something there. It's like, oh no, it's if you put the solar panels over the plants, they're not going to get any sun. That actually that's valid.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. It says here, I can hear it in her voice. I'm not going to do a voice, but it's like this. I want to know what's going to happen. I want information. Enough is enough. I don't see the profit for the town, Mann said in the meeting. People come with hidden agendas. Until we can find out if anything is going to damage this community, we shouldn't sign any paper. Mm-hmm. All right.
It is funny. I did a search for Woodland, North Carolina solar, and the first thing the first thing that comes up is a Snopes article that does say, yes, this story is true, and but there is some incorrect stuff in there, but for the majority of what we're talking about is true. And
Great.
It's sad.
Great.
But there's no articles since 2015. I was wanting to see
did they get their solar farms or not?
Oh, here we go. Solar farm projects, town of Woodland, North Carolina. Let's just go to town of Woodland, North Carolina .com.
Yeah. Careful, their website might pull in all the electricity from the world.
Wow, look at all these GeoCities gifts. Jeez, wow. No, I'm just kidding. They did approve it, updated December 14th. They did approve at the December 3rd, 2015 town board meeting. After listening to all the concerned parties, the town board voted to maintain the RA zone for the 4th proposed solar farm site.
Well done, guys. Don't let wackadoo tell you what to do.
Like they did it. Yes.
Good job. Clearer voices prevailed.
Right around to circumventing Jane Mann.
Jane Mann. What's her power? What does Jane Mann do?
Afraid the sky is falling. Did not have any time to plan Jane Mann. I'm sorry.
That's not bad.
The ability to pick her own name as opposed to being given one by Tarzan. Excelsior.
There you go. Nailed it. See, now you've had some time. You worked it out. You got it.
Yeah, I just got it. Yeah.
Stressed elephants in the news. This is more recent, actually August 27th, so we are in the proper year. Stressed elephants at a Warsaw zoo to be given medical marijuana. Ooh.
It feels like there's a joke here. Like elephants, pot.
Yeah. Elephant
weed.
in the room.
All right, let's keep going. I'm going to see what I got.
Brian's going to workshop this while we tell the story. The Warsaw Zoo, which has said it will start giving elephants medical marijuana as part of a groundbreaking pilot project
Those line breaks just
yeah, it's not how you're meant to read that, I guess. It's supposed to test whether it will or how it will reduce the animal's stress levels. Medical cannabis has been used worldwide to treat dogs and horses, but this is probably the first initiative of its kind for elephants, says Agnieszka Kazuskowski, the veterinarian in charge of the project.
Yeah.
You know, Dr. Kazuskowski.
Agnieszka.
I can't say that name. That's a rough one.
Chikowska.
Chikowska? CZUJK. Wow.
Okay. Yeah, that's like put that on a triple word score and you won Scrabble.
You just won the game. The zoo's 3 African elements will be given liquid doses of a high concentration of the relaxing cannabinoid CBD through their trunks. Well, that's not the same as medical marijuana. CBD is just CBD.
Cannabinoid CBD though.
Oh, that means it's got the cannabis or the THC.
I believe it's got the THC. This is where I don't know actually.
Yeah.
I take that back. No, it's still just regular CBD that doesn't have the THC in it. So
okay, but a high concentration for whatever that is good for.
Yeah.
Veterinarian said CBD causes neither euphoria nor harmful side effects on the liver and kidneys. Oh, well, thank you, Dr. Zika Zaka Wakadaka.
There you go.
It's an attempt to find...
You hungry for peanuts? I'm really hungry for peanuts.
Oh man, what if this rope around my one leg isn't actually keeping us here? What if we could go anytime we wanted, man? We should just rampage through the Warsaw Zoo, dude.
What's that thing that they always say about elephants? Oh, I wish I could remember.
Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. There's our stoner elephant routine. Enjoy it.
Thank you. And scene.
And scene. Let's see. They're trying to combat stress. They got, I guess they're stressed out. I don't know why. Let's see. Zoo herd has recently had to cope with the death of an alpha female. That's why.
Oh.
Yeah. The alpha female has gone. Normally, wouldn't you be a little relieved? Like, the alpha's gone. Don't have to worry about her anymore.
No, I think that they all desire the alpha female. They want to mate with the alpha female.
Oh, right.
They want to be picked by the alpha female as the as their.
Yeah, they want to send
their
Pedro down.
hubba.
They want to send Pedro down to Virginia, if you know what I'm saying. Let's see. It comes at an opportune time for the zoo because of that, and the zoo monitors the elephant stress by checking their hormone levels and behavioral observation. That stuff has been skyrocketing. So, if successful, they'll try it on other living animals in captivity. Contrary to what some would imagine, the elephants won't be using cannabis pipes, nor will they be getting huge barrels of it to match their size. He says with a laugh, or she, or whatever that name is.
Yeah, not sure if Agnieszka
I don't know what to call that person.
Tchaikovsky.
It's a great James Bond villain. It's all I know. It's all I know. It's all I've been told.
Don't try to stop me, Bond.
Have you ridden an elephant before?
God, I might have.
Maybe as a kid or something?
Maybe as a really little kid, yeah. It seems...
I think I did once, too.
I think I have a vague memory of riding an elephant. Should I ask my mom?
Yeah, you should ask your mom. Say, Mom,
Let's ask her right now.
have I ridden
Mom,
an
did I
elephant?
ride an elephant as a kid?
And she'll say, oh, that's a euphemism for something else. So, riding the elephant, you know? Heard that before.
All right, we'll see what she says. Maybe after this next news story or music break or whatever, I'll have an answer.
Yeah, talk to your
She's
mom.
usually really quick on texting. Like, I can text her a question and she'll have an answer for me within a minute.
My mom's very slow at replying to me.
Really?
And my sister Wendy, who I'd like to make fun of for a moment, does this. She'll have her phone and she'll get a text. And the reason it takes so long to get anything back from her is she types like this with one finger.
One finger, yeah.
One finger drives me crazy.
I'm thinking about it. I think I'm a one finger typist too.
All the time?
Well, not on a regular full-size keyboard, but on my phone, I think I am. I have not.
You don't just double thumb it like this?
I don't double thumb it, no.
Oh, wow.
But I'm a pretty fast one-finger typer.
I would agree. I get text from you right away.
Yeah.
That's impressive to me. She's very slow as a result. She was telling me about some crazy friend of hers that does the thumb plus a pointer finger. So this hand is the thumb that's holding the phone, and then the pointer finger over here is doing the other side. Instead of double thumbing it, she's pointer finger, and then so she's basically just doing that. That's a very weird thing.
Yeah, and if I think I'd be better at swipe if swipe had been on iPhones from the start.
Right.
I try and use it now, and I just can't.
I can't either.
Swipe as fast as I type.
I can't either. It seems like, it does seem like a single finger typer would benefit from the swiper.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fun to say, isn't it? That's fun to say.
Oh, titles.
Yeah.
Single finger swiper would be better than the typer.
It rhymes and everything.
It totally does.
All right. One final story. Lockdown triggers a rise in women going braless in France.
What kind of a rise?
What kind of a rise? In today's wee story, a growing number of French women are ditching their bras in the name of comfort and liberty. I think this is probably, ladies, we heard you. No, ladies, if you're listening to this right now, you can write in and tell us. We have a fair number of female listeners, I know.
Sure.
Aren't you all wearing bras less too? A little bit? Like
Freely.
Freely. Because you're home a lot more, or maybe you're working from home still or whatever. Just, you don't have the whatever cultural reasons there are that you feel like you got to wear one every day. Come on now. Like most of you, right? Most of you are wearing less bras. That's just fine. That's fine. I'm not wearing pants right now.
Yeah, I'm not wearing a bra right now either.
No, I'm not wearing my bra. I use it for support, though, not for like any kind of fashion or anything.
So I did just get a reply from my mom. She
gosh,
says,
she's fast, dude.
yes, I think you did when we were at Japanese Village in California.
Oh.
And then she asked, why? Why do you ask?
I mean, Brian, it's actually a pretty good question.
That is a very good question. Why? That is a weird, like, did I ever ride an elephant as a kid?
It's a very weird thing to
That's
ask.
all I texted. I didn't give her any other explanation as to why I was asking.
Yeah, you'll fill her in later, let her know that, the show's stupid and we have dumb things to talk about.
Oh, she knows. She's listened.
But she's sharp, dude. She recalled that memory. She knew right when she saw it.
I don't even remember Japanese Village in California.
Yeah. I don't even know what that is. Didn't know that was a thing. Japanese Village.
Maybe one of our California listeners.
It's where Mr. Miyagi lives.
Oh, she says, I definitely also remember you feeding the sea otters and squealing a lot.
Oh. Another euphemism we won't get into. Feeding the sea otters.
Feeding the sea otters and squealing a lot.
Mother ribbit.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to take a break. When we come back, some time with Jury. I got some questions about polling. I don't even know what they are yet, but I want to ask him about what the current polling means. I want to see what he thought of Bill and Ted's Most Excellent Sequel, or whatever it's called.
Yeah, what is it? I can't remember what it is called. I just know it's the new Bill and Ted movie.
Bill and Ted Go to School. Bill and Ted Offer More. I have no idea.
Saves Christmas.
Saves Christmas.
That's right. Face the Music.
Oh, Face the Music, right. Okay. Because apparently he really liked it. I'm super curious about his take on that. And whatever else he feels like talking about. So that's coming up here in a second. Before that, though, we got a song break coming up. What do you got there, Brian?
Yeah, I got geez, hold on a second. Wow, that just played really loud in my ears because I went to the screen that has the biography of the band.
Aren't you lucky that you have a hammer? I don't have a hammer, and I'm not going to get one.
I wonder if they're open. I guess we'll never know.
It's the show that made the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs. This is the Morning Stream.
All right, we're back, everybody. Back. All right. That was an interesting... Oh, where I tried to send you those files, now it looks like a little poo. You see that?
Yeah. Yeah, I get the first one came through. The first photo of Ripley came through. The second one looks like what Ripley's going to leave on your floor for the first couple months.
Weird, yeah. Oh, don't remind me. Carter's been tasked to be a very good steward of this dog, but time will frickin' tell if she can handle it or not. I hope she can. All right. How about a little bit of this in our life?
These are their stories.
Oh, I'm terrible with names.
Joining us, as he always does on Tuesdays, Mr. Justin Robert Youngman, all the way down there in Oakland, California. I guess it's over there, not really down there. Hello, Justin. How are you?
Yeah, we're up here.
Yeah.
Compared to you, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I'll take you wherever you're at. Just whatever you're doing, it's fine with me.
Just don't call me late for dinner.
That's right. Hey, real quick, what do you think
Twice
of
we've used that line now in this show.
Exactly. Do you like the ghost tweeting? Herman Cain, the ghost tweeter. Do you like that? It's pretty fun, isn't it, to follow?
I mean, he had a radio show, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So I think on a certain level, it's like, if one of you guys were to die, people would probably still want the morning stream to exist, or at least there'd be a morning stream shaped hole in their heart.
Yeah.
And they would probably want other people to keep doing it, and keep going. So I don't know. Maybe I don't quite have the mysticism angle on it as much as I have. I bet you all those people just kind of still want a job.
Well, that's probably true. Like whatever the Cain gang is, they're into it. But putting tweets out about how, it looks like the virus isn't as potent as everyone said it was, from an account of a guy who died from the virus, is just kind of it's the weirdest thing. I mean, they deleted it, so they obviously figured it out, but that's a pretty weird thing. It's a weird thing to do. Don't
you
think?
are following the Kane gang far closer than I am.
Well-
Is what I think what we can take from this. You are dialed in on Herman Cain's Twitter account.
Well, I just figured, given your love of his Pokemon statement, that you might.
I do. No. I obviously we spoke about Herman Cain back when he passed, but I can't say that I have I followed up with his now Ghost Ship Twitter account.
Yeah, the Herman Cain. Anyway,
Ooh, look at this sandwich I got from the Carnegie Deli.
it's not real. Neither am I. All right. Hey, Justin, we got stuff to talk about before we get to the important issues. There's a rumor going around that you really like the Bill and Ted sequel. So I'd like to just get kind of your hot mini take on why that is and why people should be excited. I'm excited, but, why are you?
Have you seen it?
No, gonna. This weekend's the plan.
Brian, did you see it?
Nope, it's on our list that we started watching a series that we're going to get through before we throw in a movie, but it is the next thing that we're going to watch.
So I love Bill and Ted. I loved, those initial movies came out when I was probably a little younger than the target demo. And then I would say Bogus Journey came out a little bit closer to when I was like the target demo. But they're movies that I've always appreciated when I've gone back and watched them, mostly because they are such creative movies. Like there's always like little, like the little touches they have on society and what we expect from youth, what we expect from parents' expectations. Like there really are these like weighty things that are discussed in both those movies. And so I was very excited to see what they did with the third one, and I was not disappointed in that. This is if the first movie was a very simple plot of like what happens when two stoners have 12 hours to not fail out of school and need to finish this paper on time, so they use a time machine to go back and meet all the people they need to meet. The second one obviously takes things in a far more metaphysical direction, which is something that I loved. And it's more about expectations and that moment you cross a threshold in your early 20s and realize like, oh, you're not a kid. Like death exists, consequences exist. And this is a movie far more about what is legacy? What is like, when is your job done in life? When have you won? When have you lost? When have you failed? When have you succeeded? And it's also got a lot of just really funny comedy writing, and all the characters, like all the Bill and Ted movies, are just a little bit more three-dimensional than you expect them to be.
Okay, so moments of like real humor though, like not just whoa or like actually funny stuff, not just kind of the Bill and Ted.
Yeah, I mean, I to me, Bill and Ted has kind of always had like they are kind of standard foils that pinball through a far more complex world. Maybe my favorite scene in all three movies is, or sequence rather, in all three movies is as they have been sent to hell by killer robots. They earn their way out of hell by beating death at a game of chance. Which they turn into, whatever random board games, and they're beating them at like Twister and Battleship and Sorry and like, and just the, I think they beat him in Battleship, and he keeps saying like, all right, best 2 out of 3, best 3 out of 5, and they beat him in Battleship, and then he's best 4 out of 7. Damn right. So yeah, there's just, that's, the idea of having death be this like very petty, small, weird character is indicative of the kind of three-dimensional characters that you get in the third movie. It's not a perfect movie. It's short in a way that you almost think it could have been longer because there's a lot they pack into it. There is more plot going on in this movie than really in either of the other two. Because you also have the daughter story, but
I know there's a lot of cameos too. I know William Sadler is back in there, and
yeah, he's Death, right? Again.
Please tell me we don't get Station though.
Who's Station?
There is no physical station, although there is
Okay,
a
good.
station. There is a station reference.
Is there? Okay, all right. I might be okay with just a reference then.
Yeah. No, I although I love Station. Station was great. Oh my god, the idea that they're the smartest things in the galaxy. How can you not love Station?
I think that might have been the thing I liked least about Bill and Ted 2.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love Station. But those are the examples of like everything is more complex. Everything is a little bit, again, more three-dimensional, and I enjoyed it.
I think I'm more excited than I than I might have been based on your review, because I need it to be a little more three-dimensional. It's not that I don't like the old movies, I do, but you know, in some ways they're a little throwaway, and it seemed hard to me in my head conceptually how they were gonna do this all these years later and make it work somehow. And nobody's seen Alex Winter forever. He's all behind the scenes stuff these days, producer and junk like that. And we've all got John Wick on the mind. So it's just, I didn't know what this would look like.
don't. I have no idea why Bill and Ted gets a reputation for being a throwaway movies. Because like you watch that second movie back, I mean, it's insane where they open up the plot, like the leap it goes, and even the first one. You know, you have the touches, and there's a great payoff to Missy, the girl that they both had a crush on as they were freshmen, and she was a senior, that then marries one of their dads, and then in the second movie is married to the other dad. There is a great payoff in the first scene of the Missy character. But I mean, there's always just been these. It's such a smarter movie, a franchise, really. Than it gets credit for, and it, obviously there is the iconic sort of like, dude, whoa! It was really one of the first template setters for a Keanu Reeves performance, right? On some level, he's kind of always been playing Ted. But man, that second movie is so like affecting and epic.
That's really funny because yesterday. Schleicher was on and we were talking about it. He'd seen it as well, and he's a giant fan of the first one and really dislikes the second one. He says, but you're having jury on, I'll bet you money he really likes the second one, he said. And boy, he was dead right. You really like the second one.
Schleicher's got me pegged.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, how can you not love it? They go to hell. There's heaven. Like you have a very simple.
The evil usses and the
evil usses.
Yeah. I like 2. 2's fine.
Good robot usses. They build good robot usses.
Yeah.
Like
yes.
Oh man, it's so. And beyond that, just the direction in the second one, I thought was really, really smart. There's a moment where they're in hell and they're visiting their like worst memories, where he's seeing, I forget if it's Bill or Ted, is seeing like his grandma, and it's to this day one of the most true reflections of a child's horror looking at your aged relatives. Like that is something that captured, for me at least, that first moment where you're old enough to realize, oh wait, like obviously I love grandma, but grandma's kind of gross.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't really know how to put my finger on it, but that scene still affects me.
A side note, the director of the new film is Peter Parasat, I think I say it. He is famously for me anyway, the guy that made Galaxy Quest. And this conversation reminds me of this dude's career. He tends to make things that on paper seem like they're going to be dumb.
Yeah.
And it's not going to work. Galaxy Quest shouldn't work, but instead Galaxy Quest is one of my favorite movies of all time.
The best.
It's so good.
And that's funny because there is an efficiency here. You know, a spoiler that's not really a spoiler. They introduce a concept in the movie where basically they're running against the running time of the movie in almost real time. So they're like, oh, you have 70 minutes to solve this. And you're like, oh, wait, I bet you the movie's 70 minutes, and you check it and it's like right around there. Like it is almost this 24 sort of idea, which I thought was really smart and fun.
Well, I'm excited to see it. We're going to see it this weekend. We'll see what we think. Yeah.
And J.K. Grammer just posted in the chat room that the triple feature owning all three is only $35 on Apple TV. So, and you're going to spend $20 renting one of them.
Get them. Yeah.
For $15 more, you can just own all three and watch them anytime. Because the other two aren't on any quote unquote free streaming services.
Yeah. It looks like they're not streaming anywhere.
Not Netflix, not Hulu, not
that's
Amazon
great.
Prime, anything like that.
Yeah, that's a hell of a deal. Yeah. I mean, let me ask you this, like from a production standpoint, production value standpoint, is it jarring to see a movie that's made with, modern sensibilities and filming techniques and special effects and things compared to the other two? You probably didn't marathon all three, so maybe it's hard to say if you haven't seen one of the older ones, but
no, I mean, I think that it does take some of the charm, specifically of 2, out. When they're in hell in 2, and you have very sparing kind of CGI shots, and instead it goes with this almost like Russian minimalist, like big dark gray open shots to kind of signify hell. I think that it's one of those like touches that I loved about the second movie, where this one, it's a little bit more, they're in hell, and so there's demons flying all over the place, and all that.
Yeah, sometimes the practical is better than the fake stuff anyway. All right. Well, politics. Here's the question I have.
Let's go. Let's go.
It's probably an easy one, or one we can rip through real quick, but I'm curious about, so you've been posting some stuff about polling. This is usually the time of the year where things start to heat up. Biden, quote unquote, is out of the basement, as some would put it, and did a big press conference yesterday. Pretty pointed stuff in that. Trump is about to, or today, I guess, he'll be in Kenosha. Yep. So anyway, of all of that going on, and then the polls, which tend to fluctuate, usually right after a convention, they tend to go up in favor of the party who just had their convention. Did that happen here? Like, where are we with all of that? And like what I said on Twitter, do polls matter worth a poo in the end? Do we even care about polls at this point? And if we do, why?
Okay, well, number one, if you think that polls are going to tell you the future, then recalibrate your concept of polls. And I think that anybody, even in 2016, that was worth a lick, will tell you polls are about a snapshot in time. I think that there's enough to say also that we're in a very weird era of polling post the landline. It's harder and harder to get in touch with people. And so high quality polls are harder to do and often rely more on weighting. So you have to say, all right, find X amount of people and X amount of demographics that by calling enough people, and then weight them, because theoretically you would be able to just keep calling and get everybody that you would need in a representative sample. So polling can fluctuate. That being said, if we're going to look at the Real Clear Politics average, since the end of the Republican convention, and there have not been a lot of high quality polls that have come out, Donald Trump has gone from around 42% on average to 43%. So about a point jump for him in his Real Clear Politics average, and Biden has similarly fallen about a point. So is there a tightening there? It seems to suggest that there is, although I would say that part of that is less about the conventions and more about kind of the state of play of the race. Donald Trump, I think, stopped trying to pretend the coronavirus didn't exist, and at least nominally paid attention to it. He canceled his physical events and started wearing a mask and didn't make a big deal about the fact that he was in. That, I think, at least allowed him to stop machine gunning himself in the foot when it came to that particular issue, which was in the front of everybody's mind, because nobody in our lifetime, except for maybe the very old, can remember the plague of 1918.
Yeah.
So that being the new big novel thing that was in front of everybody that does affect everything was the main issue. At this point, the wedge issue, as it is the protests / riots throughout the country. And that's what I think Joe Biden's team knows that that's something that they need to get a better handle on, because that's why they got him out of the state for the first time since the primaries. Because again, it's not just out of the basement. He's gone to a high school in Wilmington, Delaware, and given speeches. He obviously did the DNC at another thing in Wilmington. This was him getting on a plane and going to Pittsburgh and giving a speech. Wasn't a long one, about 20 something minutes. Good moments and bad moments, I thought, but it sought to recast his position on the unrest, and specifically saying that this is unsurprisingly Donald Trump's fault.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, I noticed there was a big uptick in that. I do have one question about a visit he made, and I don't know if it was this high school or what it was, but he went somewhere and he got out of the car. He's got his mask on. He's in his suit, and he's got, protection there and all this. This is Biden I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And somebody in the background, you can hear them yelling, and they're going, "Hey, Joe, finally out of the basement, are we, Joe? Hey, Joe, what do you think about?" It's just heckling him, some Trump supporter heckling him. And he turns around and he yells, "Don't jump, don't jump," and then kept walking. I don't know what that means. I'm trying to understand. Was it a sick burn? Because everybody said, "Oh, sick burn from Biden." I'm like, was it?
Oh, really? It might have been that he misunderstood what the person was saying.
I don't know. So you have a take on that at all? Like, why would you yell, "Don't jump"?
Was that on Herman Cain's Twitter too? There's so much. You need to start sending me this stuff. Like, just text me this stuff. I have no idea what the hell you're even talking about.
I will. I'll find it and send it to you. It's just this moment where he's getting heckled, and the way it was being framed by whoever posted it was like, pretty good burn for a guy they all think is slow. And I'm like,
oh, the guy's on a balcony. The heckler is on a balcony, or
is that why?
On top of a truck.
Oh, so that was even. I don't know if I'd call that a.
So he was saying, like, don't kill yourself.
Yeah, don't kill yourself. Don't jump off.
Man,
it's pretty dark.
It might have been.
How will that heckler ever recover?
Yeah. Well, it's a little dark too. Just shows Joe's got a little bit of a temper and lets it out sometimes.
No, I've said. I mean, and right now the next big thing on the calendar is at the end of this month we have our first debate, and I think his biggest liability is going to be the fact that he does have a very short temper, and I don't think he's at his best. I think if you look at the primaries, the moments that he wound up getting himself into the most trouble, and even in the basement era, the whole, like, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black thing, which was repeated ad nauseum at the RNC, and considering the fact that, I've been looking, this is like my new weird obsession, is Donald Trump's support with black voters is steadily increasing, which seems counterintuitive to me. But if that winds up being one of these things that we look back on and say Joe Biden eroded Democratic support, or at least his own support with the black community by saying something like that, that happened because he felt like he was challenged by Charlemagne the God, the host of the Breakfast Club, for whom he was doing the interview with. He's often, he thinks he's being funny, but those are the moments. In fact, you could probably say, going back historically, Joe Biden thinks he's being funny oftentimes is a net negative for him.
Well, he's known for his gaffes, and that's usually when they happen. And I think him telling a guy to not jump off a thing is A, kind of, I don't know, just ignore him and keep moving. But B, I don't know, it's a little dark. It's not really a good joke, I don't know, these people shouldn't jump off of things. I don't know.
I don't know, maybe they had skateboards and he was asking them to not do a sick trick and upstage him.
Don't do a sick ollie and make me look bad. That's what he was trying to say. I could see that. All right. Well, we don't know. Some of these numbers are going to be weird as we get closer. But anything right now happening where you've got your eye? Like, is anything like you're like, oh man, those debates, can't wait for that? Or
of course, yeah. Well, the debates are going to be twisted metal psychosis. It will be an absolute carnival of lunacy. The idea that two of the most unhinged debaters in our modern political world are now going to match up against each other. I mean, look at all the Trump debates that happened with Clinton. Look at the debate that Joe Biden had both with Sarah Palin and with Paul Ryan. And he is just a caricature of a human being. Whether or not that Joe Biden still even exists is a question. Whether or not the Joe Biden that does exist now will be able to summon energy like that, and whether or not Donald Trump will act as bullying as he did with with Hillary Clinton, with Joe Biden remains up in the air. But that's not what I'm focused on now. What I'm focused on now is Joe Biden's campaign.
Yeah.
I believe that Joe Biden's campaign believes that they are in a level of instability now that they have not been in since they won the primary. Like since right before Super Tuesday when they didn't know whether or not they were going to keep going. I think right now is the biggest moment of instability for them. They're seeing tightening polls in all the battleground states. Poll came out literally this morning before I came on here that had Trump up 5 in Ohio. Remember that Ohio, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin are theoretically the states that like six-pack Union Joe should be speaking to.
Yeah.
So -5 in Ohio is not a great number for him. Not when Hillary Clinton was running ahead of that. He is under Hillary Clinton's margins in most of the other battleground states. And I believe that Joe Biden's campaign believes this is because of the riots. And they need to reframe these riots. They need to reframe that Donald Trump owns them, that this is Donald Trump's America, and Donald Trump can't just point at riots and say it's Joe Biden's fault. Whether or not that is going to work, we will see. I think personally that they are seeing some chickens come home to roost on the idea that they haven't been telling a story for the entire summer, that they felt that Donald Trump was doing so bad that they could just let him feed him so much rope he would hang himself. And the problem with that is sometimes when you give them so much rope, they start doing lasso tricks.
Oh yeah, they start jumping rope even. So
they start doing double dutch.
That's exactly right. So I was going to say, do you think what do you think the chances are Trump will do the thing he did in the Clinton ones where he just kind of lurks around his back and you know what I mean? Like that whole get behind her.
Paces around
Yeah.
well, he's definitely going to be making the funny Trump faces. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Oh
yeah. I mean, I would almost assume that. Let me put it this way. This might be the first debate in modern American history where I think there might be the energy in the air that these two men are going to fight each other.
I
don't know if it'll happen,
Yeah.
but I think that there just might be, if anybody's been at a bar and this happens usually maybe a little bit later in the evening when, two people that have kind of not gotten along, maybe somebody intentionally shoots their elbow out a little bit more and you just get that moment where the temperature drops a half a degree and you're just everybody's just kind of on alert. There's some pheromonal thing. I feel like we might get that moment during a presidential debate.
Wow, that would be something to tell our grandchildren about.
Yeah.
All right. This is all well and good. As always, the coverage of this stuff and everything that's happening in and around our current political thing is always available with Justin. He's making podcasts. He's making live streams. He's making all sorts of stuff. Justin, what would you like to promote today?
Well, of course, the twitch.tv/Justin R. Young. Last night, I started a series that's going to go through the next couple weeks where we're going to watch old debates. Last night, we watched the Kennedy-Nixon debate, the first ever televised debate, which obviously I know a lot about because of the Raise the Dead series. And it was great. We had an awesome crowd, and it was a little wonky. If you want more of the historical points of all this, the goal is I want everybody to be watching these debates just so when I start pointing out things during the current debates, people aren't you're being unfair to my guy or the other guy. You're saying, I'm look, let's watch a bunch of old debates and we'll break down what's good and we'll break down what's bad. And when we see it live, we'll be able to say, okay, well, that was good and that was bad. Look how you're sticking on message. Look how you're not sticking on message. But yeah, last night we concretely debunked live on Twitch the idea that Nixon won with radio people and lost on television, because indeed Nixon just lost.
Just lost in general, yeah.
It's just a bad,
That's an old urban legend too, one that's hung around for a long time. So
it killed television debates
Yeah.
until like the mid 70s.
Yeah.
We went like a decade and a half. Here's a mind F for you. That debate, the 1960 debate in black and white of Kennedy versus Nixon, is only one debate cycle away from Ronald Reagan doing the well, there you go again.
Oh, that's
there was
weird.
only one debate cycle in between those two, and that was Carter Ford. And then from then they have become staples, obviously, of our democracy. But
Yeah.
go ahead and check that out. Twitch.tv/Justin R. Young. Follow me there, and we will be rocking and rolling leading up to our debate night coverage.
That sounds fantastic.
Clinton, Perot, Bush next Monday.
Oh, Clinton,
We
Perot,
decided
Bush.
that.
Oh,
Clinton,
sweet.
Perot, Bush.
Clinton,
next
Perot,
Monday.
Bush.
Quentin Tarantino, Perot, Bush. Have a good one. We'll see you later. I don't know why I said that. Sometimes I just say things. They just come out of my mouth, Brian. I don't know why.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Well done. We got a quick one of these to do. Hold on a second right here.
Fan.
Service! I got some fans. Speaking of Ted.
Keanu, yeah.
There's Ted right there. We got some fan service. This came to me from Steve Lloyd. It says, first, I want to say thank you for reading this email. Goes on to say, I know how hard it is to create content and promote your podcast on the web. It's such a headache. So I decided to build this tool. He gave me the link to it. It's called editframe.com. Editframe.com. I'm pulling it up so I can show people in the chat. Basically, this is what he says. The idea is to help podcasters and creatives make promotional videos for Instagram, Snapchat, and all of their socials. It's also an easy way to upload podcasts directly to YouTube. You pick an image, a GIF, or a video, and then you add an MP3 or WAV to your podcast recording, and it makes a video for you. Here's an example. So we could do this with FilmSack, for example. Although FilmSack kept getting me banned because some of the audio they would give me strikes
It'd be
for it.
recognizable from movies, the audio clips or something.
Even though it's
or
just
would
they're
you
short.
use clips from us talking would get banned?
No. Just you're right. Stuff from just the movies or whatever.
Oh.
So like if Nicolas Cage said, what was he yell?
Face off.
Yeah.
I pissed blood.
Yeah, piss blood. And they're like, that's taken from the Ridley Scott classic Matchstick Men. You can't use that. Anyway, it's pretty cool. He says, here's an example. He sent us an example of how it works on Instagram. Sorry if this feels random. I really hope you like what I built. I think this looks rad, Steve.
It is really cool. Yeah. It like combines it with a GIF or whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
this is great.
Yeah, it's very cool. Go check it out. Again, it's editframe.com. It's a great domain, too. You can't find good domains anymore. But it goes through all how it works and what you do with it, and it's very cool. You just go try it over there at editframe.com, and I love hearing from people who make cool stuff in our community. So well done.
Nice.
One final email. This is also one of these. It's a thing for we want to give people credit for, or give them a fan service. Can't say words today. Words are dumb. This is Joe. He says, hey, Scott and Brian. A friend of mine has launched a new podcast that focuses on the darker side of history in Missouri. It's called Show Me Murder. I'm giving this a lot more emphasis than he
I know. I kind of want you to say it like it's Richard Dawson on Family Feud. Show me murder.
Show me murder. And the program is about murders that have happened in Missouri or related to Missouri. Show Me Murder can be found on iTunes, at Google Podcasts, TuneIn, Spotify, and Stitcher. More information can be found on the website, which is at show-me-murder.simplecast.com.
Clever. It's the Show Me state, so Show Me Murder. I get it. It's very clever.
Oh, I wouldn't have gotten it unless you just said it. Well done. Well done, Brian. Well done.
It did take me that long to figure it out.
That's okay. It took me longer.
It took me the duration of coming up with a Family Feud joke to make around it. Show me murder.
Murder. And I always hear the buzz in my head when you do that. I hear the buzz, not a win.
Yeah.
A third strike.
You don't hear the ding.
Nope. I never hear it. I hear the buzz.
One answer will beat it.
One answer will beat it. Give me one more kiss. Is it murder? Anyway, thanks everybody for sending those in. We like to give you guys cool credit for cool stuff you're doing. So be sending us things because we'll talk about it on the show. Patreon.com/TMSSA. Support this show. Once again, a reminder, we're getting a 2 this week. You're getting a PM on Friday for being a patron, and we're doing a play date on Saturday after FilmSack. So doubling up this week to make up for last week's missed play date. Be here for that. Dan will be here this weekend. That'll be fun. And plenty more between now and then. We got a show tomorrow and Thursday, of course, so be back for those. What else? Oh, frogpants.com/TMS is our website, so if you're looking for something, it's going to be there. And you can go look at that anytime. Okay.
There's a lot of stuff there.
I think so. I agree with you. Brian, let's get out of here with a song in our hearts, if you don't mind.
Be happy to do that. Today is the first day of September. I didn't have a request specifically for today, so I decided to put in one of